GLM 5.2 is being called one of the best AI models for design right now. And people are saying it can even beat Claude Fable 5 in design. The same model everyone was using to build insane websites, games, and full AI projects, well, before it got banned. But I don't want to just stare at benchmarks. I want to see what it can actually build. So today I'm giving GLM 5.2 one of the weirdest website ideas I can think of. A luxury website restaurant for, well, Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. The goal is simple. Can GLM 5.2 make something that looks premium, cinematic, and expensive? Something that's even comparable to something like Fable 5 and how they make these really cinematic looking websites? Well, starting off, let's go ahead and jump into GLM 5.2. I had to go ahead and make a hero scene where we see a lot of these websites have these scrolling animations where you scroll with your mouse and you see this video kind of play, or this animation kind of play as you're scrolling down a page. And you see this with one with this shoe where it has this little particle effects and this color splash, which is very vibrant. But I wanted to do one with Sukuna. So I use Veo 3 to make a few different variations of Sukuna doing the hand sign with his domain expansion, as that will be the video that plays, or the animation that plays as you scroll down the web page. It took me a while to get exactly what I wanted, but I ultimately landed on a video I think would be really good for, well, a Sukuna web page. If you know, Sukuna's domain expansion is called Malevolent Kitchen, Malevolent Shrine, but in Japanese they call it Malevolent Kitchen because he's actually cooking people. He's dismantling them, chopping them up, and roasting them with fire using his jujutsu techniques. So I feel like it's only fair that we actually make him a website that really displays how his domain expansion and his techniques actually work. After I got that clip, I also was able to make a few different images of Sukuna to add to the website, where he's a chef, as well as where he's showing off some of his Jujutsu Kaisen techniques. I gave all these assets to GLM 5.2 and asked it to make me a website for Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen, showing off his ability to, well, cook in the restaurant, as well making sure that once you scroll on the page, the domain expansion Malevolent Shrine opens up, as that would be pretty much the website as well as the restaurant that he's opening up. Once I gave all this to GLM 5.2, it actually thought for a very long time. I would say like 10-15 minutes on this process, and what it spat out kind of surprised me. As you see here, this is the GLM 5.2 website that I got back, and I don't think it looks bad. As you see, when I scroll down the page, it animates the domain expansion. You see the hands slowly coming together, which I think that makes the website very cinematic, and where it opens up the Malevolent Shrine domain as I scroll down. But then when I get down, it gives me more information about Sukuna in the kitchen. You see him with the different techniques, with him chopping up food, or him making food with the cleave, with the fuga and the flame arrow and everything. And I think it looks pretty good to say that this is a GLM 5.2. I will say that it is also pretty interesting that on the website it did give these Asian or Japanese characters for this, which I didn't prompt, but I did not say that it should only be in English. I just think it would infer that. I think we see with a lot of the American models, the default is English. So I think since it's a Chinese model, that it will by default maybe add some Chinese characters or Asian characters to it. But all in all, I think this website came out pretty strong to say that this was one-shotted by GLM 5.2. This doesn't need to be a super strong page right now. This can just be more like a landing page to get people in and get people hyped about what's to come with Sukuna's restaurant. But this looks good. Let me see how we've seen other websites that actually did Claude Fable 5 using similar techniques that I did, and we see that GLM 5.2 isn't too far behind from what we see with Fable 5. You see this one, or it's a sneaker commercial, or the sneaker website where you see the color splash. I think the video looks a lot better than the Sukuna one, but I think the Sukuna one looks really good too. I think it's whoever you like more, but when it comes to aesthetics, design, and how the page actually looks and feels, I would have to say it's pretty neck and neck. Even this other one with this car landing page, and they make this one where it's loading and making these different animations, I think, well, the Sukuna one from Jujutsu Kaisen actually does a lot better, in my opinion. But for the final verdict, I think that Fable 5 still takes the cake. I do think that when I was scrolling down the website for GLM 5.2, it looked really good, but it felt like it stuttered in certain places and lagged in certain areas. Like the website wasn't quite optimized using the video asset as the scrollable animation when you scroll down a page. But when I see some of these other videos being used with Fable 5, I feel like they really make and nail that animation. And I think that's one of the key designs when it comes to these websites that are being made. But even if that's the case, I think what GLM 5.2 does best is that it gets you really close to Fable 5. And guess what? It's a fraction of the cost. So even though it doesn't give me what I got with Fable 5 with all this buttery smoothness as we see with Fable 5, I think we can still get that if we went maybe a few more times with Claude Fable 5. But that's a trade-off. Maybe cheaper, Fable 5, you will probably get further done or more done in a shorter amount of time. And for some people that matters, and for some people that don't. Right now it seems like it's do whatever model best suits you and your needs. But tell me what you think. Do you think that GLM 5.2 did better than Fable 5, or do you think it still needs more work? If you want to see another comparison where I did with GLM 5.2 going head to head against Fable 5 and how they both did with their games, you can click the links down in the description or the video on screen to see how they made their games and which one you think did better. That being said, your boy Dexter out.